All right. Today we have Eddie Palmer, member of many bands. I picked this background using Dolly. What I did was, do I still have it up? I can give you my exact, the exact thing that I typed in. uh, it was warm clouds. I felt like Cloud Warmer it might not know what to do with that. Warm clouds, electric mirrors, Vietnam, Fields, Ohio. I really wasn't sure what it was going to do with Vietnam, then Roman numeral two. So I cheated a little bit, but this is this is what I got. It got the warm clouds. I don't know, maybe the fields, warm clouds and fields. The rest of it, yeah, I'm not so sure. I thought we might get something crazy, but instead we got a picturesque sunset over a field,
Well,
which works.
it's a robot, right? So it's easy to
Yeah,
confuse.
very easy to confuse. Um, I particularly like the weird, like grotesque humans that it spits out. No strange
So do
humans.
I. When it first came out, I briefly used it, and it was fun putting in politicians that I don't like. Like Ted Cruz eating fast food by a dumpster, that kind of stuff. It's good for that, but I haven't really
Yeah.
used it since.
Yeah. I don't use it that often. Because most of the stuff I tried to get it to do like a ska band with like a dog in it, because uh, this dog that I fostered, I don't know what it is about him, but he just seems like he's the perfect dog for a ska band. Just so I tried to make, well, he's got he's black and white, so I think just to he has a look of a ska band. You put a tie on him and he's ready to go. But
Yeah, he could be the mascot for every ska band has that guy that just dances around on stage, right?
right, exactly,
So
exactly. So you have a new album out. Um, when Mike was putting out the promo social media stuff about this, he was talking about redefining the remix, and I was like, what on earth does this mean? And I thought my first thought was like, it's kind of not the right way to talk about it. But then I was like, what is the right way to talk about it? I mean, you kind of just rewrote the songs, right? I mean,
yeah,
I don't know.
well,
That's kind of where I.
that yeah, you can him saying that's on me because that's sort of how I pitched it to him. So
Well, yeah. Well, so this is what I wanted to get into. Like, process wise, did it feel like you were remixing it, or did it feel like you were rewriting it? Like,
no, it was definitely trying to create new versions of old songs
yeah.
and using
Well,
really trying to avoid using guitar and the typical things that I always use with Jamar, trying to make it sound
yeah.
like an indie rock band. So it was more of
Right.
a, like, I don't think about them as remixes because remixes for me personally are kind of like where you lay like a dance beat over an old, song, try to make it more upbeat. So
Yeah.
we were trying to just, do something that's more, like sort of like down tempo electronic trip
Yeah.
hop ish. But yeah, we definitely rewrote the song, but
Well, the other thing that
it's not
popped,
really a remix.
yeah, the other thing that popped in my head, and like as I was going through this, I was like, well, this is why that it's in a. This is why that Mike was sort of like talking about redefining things, because it's an interesting artistic endeavor. But the other thing that I sort of thought about is it's almost like you're covering your own songs. I
Yeah.
I mean, so um is this, having gone through that, like, what were your outcomes? Like, were you pleased? Were like,
Well, first of all, started doing it during the summer of 2020, uh, when COVID was still going on. So it was more of me and Jamar were doing it basically on our own time, and it was kind of like a fun way to reimagine what we'd already recorded in a new way. And earlier this year, we'd been sharing these, you know, reimagined remix versions, whatever you want to call them, in Dropbox, and we realized that we had, you know, 5 or 6 songs. So we thought it was at that point they were, you know, they could stand on their own as something new that wasn't like really a remix album, because we re-recorded them essentially.
Right.
So,
yeah. Now some of the tracks, maybe all of them, some of the tracks are from Crime Wave.
mm-hmm.
Now I'm looking at Bandcamp here, and that says that was released in 2022. But you said the process for this started in 2020. Did I hear that right?
Yeah.
So I guess timeline wise, like, talk me through that, because I guess we're
the song on the new EP, the Like Before song, that's from our album from the summer of 2020 that was released on Block Sonic. So that was actually the first the first one out of all the songs that were made. And actually the main, in that song, the main bass part and drum part, I ended up actually turning into a Cloudwarmer song that was released in 2021. So that's when it started, but it was from that song that came out in 2020.
Okay, cool. Yeah. So you mentioned a couple of different ones. The other tracks off the new album, are they from other places, or are they just from those two?
Two of the songs are from the album Suspect Citizen, which was released on Block Sonic in 2020. The track The Drummer was from our first album when we started recording again, from 2019. And the other songs are from Crime Wave.
Nice.
Yeah.
So somewhere, I was gonna say maybe I lost them, but I didn't. So you sent me a couple of tracks here. They're both a couple of years old, yeah. So let's play the Cloudwarmer track first, since you brought up Cloudwarmer. Now, Cloudwarmer is the band that used to be called Fucked Up Beat, correct?
Correct.
Okay. And then you have a partner in crime for that band, but I do not know that person's name off the top of my head.
Brett Zahner.
Brett Zahner, that's right. So and it's just you two guys, right?
Yes.
Okay, cool. So the track we have is Pandemic Diary, Day Whatever. Anything you want to say about this before we give it a whirl?
This album was it was mostly made when COVID was going on. Each song has an audio track to start off each song with by the audio from Marshall Applewhite from the Heaven's Gate cult, who committed a mass ritual suicide in the 90s, which I thought was not funny, but it's something that I always wanted to sample on an album. So yeah, that's the story.
Why not then? All right, here we go. Pandemic Diary, Day Whatever.
They have their beginning, they have their end, they have cycles. We're not saying that planet Earth is coming to an end. We're saying that planet Earth is about to be refurbished, spaded under, and have another chance to serve as a garden for another human civilization. So who the plant was that I'm now wearing prior to the early 70s is just a fuzzy, dismal memory, because it's just like taking on a suit of clothes that had a history.
Very nice. Those like I guess water effects, liquid effects. How did you go about creating all of that?
Oh, those were on the website Pexels. They, artists put up Creative Commons art and videos, and so I just took those and I use a program called Filmora to make videos, and just a lot of like post processing stuff on the videos, then like playing them in a loop. Not really a music video. It's more like, didn't really intend for it to have the music video feel.
Yeah, I think the word that Donnie uses to describe things like that are called visualizers. I think that's the video genre.
They are called that. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah. So, yeah, we play those from time to time. So,
Yeah, I
familiar with
remember those
the
from
essence
like
of that.
the Windows Media Player from like 1999 would have those
Yeah.
really awesome looking visualizers. Yeah.
Yeah. Awesome. Well, we have another track here, and we're not super limited on time, but let's make sure we get to that too, and just roll right into that. This one is one that I haven't seen. This is by a musician known as Kanojo, something like that.
Kanejo. Yeah.
So, what's the deal with Kanojo?
Well, he's in a project with me called Aries Death Cult.
Okay.
He's a French musician. I did this video for him for this song, and I don't want to say I directed it because it's not really like not directing stuff. I created the video for it, but yeah, it's Creative Commons, and I'm in a project with him. This is his music that he does on his own.
Sweet. So this is Our Beautiful Tribe of Weirdos, and I'm guessing that's the album name, Blue Bus Cross Chat.
Yeah, I think it came out a few years ago. It's on Bandcamp.
I don't know what that's supposed to mean, but I believe chat is cat in French. So
yeah, I don't know. You're not French, so who knows?
Yeah,
I guess we'll never know.
We'll never know. Yeah. All right, let's check it out. And you said you created that video, but there are humans involved, so somebody was probably coordinating those humans.
Yeah, once again, I found the video on website Pexels, and it's Creative
Nice.
Commons. So they're doing just what, the same thing I'm doing with music, putting it out
Yep.
there. And if you want to donate to what they create, then you can.
I have a question for you. Are you familiar with Toshi Kasai?
I don't believe so.
Okay. Well, Toshi is familiar with you. So yesterday I interviewed Conan Neutron of Conan Neutron and the Secret Friends, and Toshi Kasai is their producer. And Toshi has done stuff for Tool and Foo Fighters. I don't know what exactly, but apparently Toshi is a fan of yours. So this is what I was informed of yesterday by Conan. So I don't know what bands. We didn't talk at length about it. I just mentioned to the people that that I'd be chatting with you, and he's like, "Oh yeah, Toshi likes Eddie." So
that's very cool.
Yeah. So we've entered
if
the
you
part
talk
of
to
the
him
show.
again, tell him I appreciate that.
Yeah. Well, I'm planning on having him on in October. Well, maybe before. I don't know. He's got a new release coming out in October. So
Very cool.
Yeah. So we're out of videos. We're not out of things to talk about. But I didn't pick any videos. but I had some videos left over from yesterday that I ended up not playing. So it's up to you. What do you want to do? We've got some things we could talk about. We can talk about music in general. We can talk about Creative Commons Community Music Awards. We can watch some videos. We've got like half an hour-ish. What do you want to do?
Well, you got somewhere to be. If you want to chat, we can do that. You can always add the videos afterwards. I don't know if that's possible.
That's a fair point. That's a fair point. So, I brought you in to a discussion on, well, we're sort of trying to figure out how to make the CCMA sustainable. You know, there for a while, Dom was helping out a lot, and he's kind of had to take a step back. I don't know if that's, you know, a mental health thing, just getting away from the computer, or but it's definitely something that's been happening. And so we're just kind of, one of the things that Dom suggested last year was paring down our regions. And so I think one of the big things is just, you know, we don't do a good job as a group of judges of sharing things across lines. So nobody really knows what's being considered until it's voting time, and then it's kind of a lot to go through. And so this is your first year being a judge, so you've got some fresh perspective on it. Now we haven't done any of the voting yet. The submissions aren't due until January 15th. So you know, there's still some process that you haven't seen yet, but I guess, you know, I'm curious your fresh perspective on things.
Well, I'd say that, well, first of all, it's not easy to do anything on the internet and get people to meet up and collaborate in any kind of way. So yeah, I'd say that first. Second, I'd say that I don't know if there's a different social media tool or something, or like a group text message, but I'd say that Facebook is not the best way to share.
Well, yeah. Music. So I mean, we've got the email, and nobody tends to respond to the group emails either. So
well, that's what I'm saying, because also people don't always check that. So, but people always get text messages. So, I mean, I don't know. I would just say that because, well, I see the when you share the post on the group in Facebook, like I see them, but I also don't go on Facebook that much anymore, because it's just kind of getting unbearable, to be honest, being on Facebook. So I don't know if there's a better, maybe you would know a better site to share music on where everyone would see it.
I mean, we've tried Slack, we've tried Discord. I mean, not to say we can't try again, you know. I think, I don't know, do I have the Discord up? I mean, I think I started the Discord years ago. Oh, there's a Matrix that nobody uses. Well, I'll post in there some. But yeah, I think that, you know, we had a decent thing going, I think. And then we sort of reconfigured things with the pandemic. And I think we've really struggled to come out of the pandemic and get back into the groove of things. And yeah, I mean, a lot of things has happened. I mean, like, you know, like nobody wants to touch Twitter anymore. I mean, like, I closed my Twitter account. I mean, like, you know, so
even,
it's like,
even if you go on Twitter and you post, it doesn't really do anything. It's kind of a useless, unless you want to write you know, argue with people and write controversial shit, then
Oh yeah.
you ain't getting shit on Twitter. So, you know,
Yeah.
you could have the best, you know, CC Music Awards thing ever, and people wouldn't really see it. So, yeah, I mean, that
Yeah.
site's kind of pointless. You know, the whole, basically every social media site's just complete shit at this point. So,
Yeah.
like,
I mean,
no
I
way
like
around it.
I like Mastodon, but not everybody's there. Or at least if they are, then I don't know where they are, you know.
Yeah.
So uh
Well, I think that another thing that, like, as just as an artist, since you know, kind of the collapse of Free Music Archive, it's kind
yeah,
of
that's
ruined a lot of the net label scene and Creative Commons, because that
yeah,
was really the place where, I mean, that's where most of the opportunities I have now with doing music for film and stuff and documentaries, it came from people finding my music there, right?
yeah,
And it doesn't exist anymore because it was bought by that, whatever that company is.
Tribe of Noise.
Yeah, when it was you know, run by WFMU and
Yeah,
here in New York City area, it was great, and I had contact with all those few of those DJs who worked at that station, and it was
yeah,
a great place to put Creative Commons music, right?
it was.
And
Yeah,
it's sort of like, I still post albums on there, but
yeah,
there's no one visiting it, so it's kind of not like what you were saying, like getting people together to you know, to listen to CC music,
yeah,
but also there's no website like that anymore, really,
yeah,
for people to find it.
yeah. I mean, I'd like to think that like Klong Clog Moo could be that site. Um, but
I know what that site is. They've been posting my music for probably like
yeah,
10 years.
yeah. So yeah, they've been around for a minute. I don't know if the name hurts them.
It probably does with like a, you know, when people type it in on Google.
Yeah, although I
Because
mean,
if people are looking for Creative Commons music, they're going to type free music, right? So
yeah,
Free Music Archive was, you know,
yeah,
pretty clear
spot
direct
on.
hit in a search.
Yeah, that's fair. Although I mean, on the plus side, like you know, SEO, like they've got that. You type in
Yeah.
Klong Kong Moo, you're gonna find them. So, yeah, they've got that going for them. People that aren't familiar with Klong Kong Moo, it's CLONG and then CLONG again, MOO.org. They've got a great list of net labels, and one thing that they do that I think, I don't know how well that sharing my screen is going to do. So I'm not going to try it, but they've got this random recommendation thing on the right hand panel, and their random recommendation right now is Cloud Warmer, the happening at Groom Lake. So
Yeah, they've been really I don't know who runs that site, but they've been cool to me throughout the years because
yeah,
they have their recommended release thing, and they commonly like include my music on that, which I appreciate. I don't
yeah,
know them, maybe you do.
yeah. Soful, I think, has been helping them out more recently. So they've got a couple of people now that are doing some things on it. So so it's recommended by KO and recommended by FCS. So FCS is that's Stoffel, and yeah. So Stoffel's new. He has a label called Der Klein Grünwürfel, something like that. It's German. And I've known him. He was on Music Monument for a bit. I mean, he you know, a while ago. And then KO is the guy who started it, and then he came on Music Monument a while back as well.
Okay.
But I need to get like more engaged with those guys. Conrad is the guy's name. Yeah, since 2010, Conrad's been doing that. The one thing though, I guess that you know, they don't have at Klong Klong Moo is like, I think they go and find everything. You know, it's not like a place where you can submit music yourself. I mean, you can submit new music, but I don't know how that works.
Well, how did the way I understood Free Music Archive was that they had to like select you as a curator to upload, right?
Yeah, so I mean, I think that's sort of the big difference is like FMA had 100 curators. I mean, they have lots of curators. I mean, like Music Monument was a curator. The bar for being a curator was, I'm not gonna say it was low, but nor was it high. You know, it was basically like whoever was in charge. It was Jason, and then it was Andrea, and then it was Cheyenne. Whoever was in charge, they was like, "Are you a curator?" Like that was basically the test. Oh yes,
Well,
Music does curate music, therefore they can be a curator. You know, so
at the same time, like there should be probably a bit of that going on because when I was searching through the Creative Commons tag on Bandcamp 2 days ago, so I found some guy who he's making AI music, whatever the fuck that is. I don't even know what it is. But he uploaded like 200 tracks at the same time on Bandcamp of his AI music. And so I'm going through the Creative Commons tag, newest releases, because I was trying to find new stuff, right? And it's just all him because like there's no one there curating saying that, this is the same person.
Yeah.
So that's very annoying. So
the other thing is that like the tags, they can't be trusted. People just put Creative Commons on, and not that they're necessarily trying to be assholes. Like they just don't know what that means. They're like, oh yeah, I'm independent. Creative Commons is independent. I'm like, no, that's not what that means. I'm sure some people are assholes because there's always somebody.
I'm not sure. Like, what is the deal with that? Like, if you make AI music, once again, whatever that is, I have no idea. Like, like you have to release it as Creative Commons, right? Isn't there like can you actually say I made this? Like,
well, I mean, the thing about the Creative Commons license, like AI can't have copyright, and Creative Commons is a copyright license. So, can they even be Creative Commons? I mean, that whole thing is just it's weird. So I think, I mean, there is like you get copyright for like compilations and things like that. I think that's probably, it's pretty thin copyright, but I think that's probably ultimately where we're going. Like this guy who's we'll do the air quotes, creating this AI music. He's still, presumably maybe the AI is doing this too, but picking which tracks are going on albums, and like if you're doing that, then I would think you would get like a compilation track, right? Like these are the I listen to 200 AI tracks and I picked the top 10. Well, in that top 10 you would have like that's your list, your copyrighted list. Now the individual tracks, somebody could do something else with those, but how useful is that? I don't know, but
I mean, I think it's not useful at all. I'm just saying it's just annoying.
Well, yeah, no, but I'm saying how useful is. I mean, I do think that people can be creative and use AI and do creative things with it. And like it's like if you're an artist and you have like an AI give you a landscape, but then you paint all sorts of like things on top of the landscape, like, you know, I think it's good for like ideas, like, oh, that is a thing that I never would have thought of.
I'm not shitting on the concept of AI. I've personally just got annoyed in the past year of people commenting on my YouTube channel asking me if I make AI music, because I find it personally offensive.
Yeah.
Because I'd rather them say that I, made the worst song ever that they've ever heard in their life than tell me that, ask if I make AI music, because at least if they said that, then they're saying that I made it, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Like I know that, like I've seen a lot of, AI art drawing wise, and I don't know anything about the music end of it. I know it's something that's happening. And I do think it's possible that you can create audio recordings with AI and then edit them, which is kind of the same thing as what I do with most music, which is I loop and sample myself with most. So it's kind of the same thing, but it's not. But I'd be cool with that. I don't think that the person who uploaded 200 songs on Bandcamp at the same time was putting much effort into any of that. I think they were looking for attention, and maybe they didn't know. But I was just saying it's annoying.
Yeah. And it's interesting too, because I think the looking for attention thing goes both ways, because I think some people that are doing actually interesting things, like maybe they're not even doing like what you would call, even like AI, like whatever that means, maybe they're doing some other mechanical process, but they're just calling it AI because like that's a marketing term, so it's like, what does it even mean, like, again, like,
there's a difference between like what I think like musicians might think of that differently than like the general listening public. Like I think when people who comment on YouTube, they're thinking like, like those videos where like Johnny Cash sings Taylor Swift AI. I don't know if you've heard that. They're thinking of like that. And I think I don't remember, some kind of well-known electronic artist made an album recently using, he called it AI assisted, which I'm assuming that means that he created audio tracks, like I was saying before, and then sort of like sampled them himself. I don't know. I didn't really read about it.
Yeah, it's bizarre. And it, even like music or outside of music, like the whole, like in October I went to San Francisco, and like taking the lift in from the airport, and it's like every billboard is talking about AI. And like, if somebody had told me that, I would have been like, no, that's not like you're just, you're making fun of Silicon Valley. But no, I was like, why? Like, like, are people really making like their decisions like on the drive-in from the airport? Like, did you put AI on a billboard? I don't know. I guess if you don't know about it, then like you're not even going to look more about it. I just thought it was weird. It was like, I'd never been to San Francisco before, so maybe 10 years ago I would have thought it was weird too. But
did you get eaten alive by all the fentanyl zombies in San Francisco?
No, I didn't see any fentanyl zombies, but maybe I was just in the wrong part of town for that.
Yeah, I don't know.
I saw homeless people, but
well, it is America. There are homeless people.
Yeah.
Part of being in America.
Yeah, I was on my run today, and there was a guy out, and I gave him one of my gels. He was like, "What is this?" I was like, "I don't know. It's like they stick coffee in a thing. It's got some sugar, and I'm like, this is what I got, man. If you want it." And he was like, "Yeah, man, thanks." So, but
I'm just that's cool that you went to that city for the first time. It's a cool place. It's not like, I was just making fun of the right-wing culture warriors and their ideas about San Francisco and New York.
There are a lot of homeless people in San Francisco, though. Like I've never seen.
The thing about that in New York is that if you are homeless, you're going to go to a city, because that's the only place where you can find shelter. and money and
Yeah.
things, you know? Like that's the like people, homeless people, they don't go to North Dakota or like a beach in the middle of nowhere because they can't find shelter. So it's kind of like like when you hear people complain about homeless people, and I'm talking about like, Fox News and shit. Like it's like, well, of course there's homeless people here because there's homeless people in New York because the transportation hubs are open all night so they can go sleep there and stay warm. So of course they're here. So my general point is that if you have a problem with that, then we need to fix social service systems in America, right?
Yeah. The homelessness here there is a subset. I don't know how big it is, but there is a subset of, like, I don't even know if, I mean, I guess they are technically homeless, but they're like almost like anacro primitivists, like they want to, like, they're homeless by choice, but they have tents. They just want to be left alone, but I guess it's for the same sorts of reasons that they want to be in the city. It's like if they need to get something, then, like, if you're just gonna walk, like, you're not gonna walk from St. Cloud to like, you're taking a trek at that point, like.
Exactly. And also, like, I think a lot of what gets forgotten with that is, like, America, and especially conservatives, they talk a lot about, the veterans, we need to take care of the veterans.
Yeah, yeah.
And a large percentage of homeless people are veterans, right? And they have, obviously, like, people have mental health issues and some people are crazy,
that's
but
a huge problem.
a lot of them have mental health issues because they are veterans. So, like, they should be helped. You shouldn't complain about them. But I understand how it can get uncomfortable, but but it is what it is. This is America. So you just gotta deal with it. When you can help people out, help them out, whatever.
Didn't see any homeless people in Amsterdam, but I saw a lot of, like, really drunk people when I was there. And I think
that's why most people go to Amsterdam, right?
Yeah. I don't know. I don't drink. I never have, really. So it's just like not a piece of culture that I have a lot of familiarity with. But we did see some folks in Copenhagen at the train station. So, but I guess we weren't at a train station in Amsterdam. Maybe if we had been. Actually, that's kind of not true. We walked to a train station, but we didn't. There was like a protest going on. We didn't actually take a train via that train station. So.
Mm-hmm.
We didn't go in. We were like, oh, what's going on over here? We were also kind of lost. Like, it was cold, and, like, we had this map that was like, you couldn't read the stuff on it. like the map that, like, I don't know where we got it, if we got it at the hotel or what, but we had a map, and it was just like, you can't read anything on this giant map. I mean, you could see like the giant tourist attractions, and that was like all you could read. So I'm like, where are we? So.
If it was cold, I'm sure you're used to that, right? You live in Minnesota.
Yeah. But that doesn't make it any easier to, like, deal with your phone in the cold, trying to get directions and stuff.
You got to adapt.
Yeah,
you got to evolve.
Yeah. We tried to de-evolve with the paper map, but it was not helpful. At least not for where we were trying to get. It wasn't helpful. So, you wanna watch a track, close it out with something?
Yeah, we can do that.
You got one in mind? I can do a search real quick here. You just sent me the two, but I can just we can do dealer's choice.
Your choice. You can pick.
All right. Let's do bird problems gloom. Let's see what you think about this. Actually, I don't know how long this is. I'm gonna see how long it is before I play it. Kind of on the long side. You know what? We've been talking politics. Let's do Louis Ling and the Bombs with Destroy Civilization.
Oh putain, j'en peux plus. J'en ai vraiment besoin avant le concert.
Okay, I know a guy. Hang on a minute.
Combien?
2.
2 salades tomates oignons.
Sauce samouraï, please.
Samouraï. Allez, dégage, Alain, dégage. Range ça dans ton sac, putain.
No, I'm telling you, no, this concert's gonna be awesome.
Yeah,
Awesome!
maybe you're right, but listen, I need it now. Can you give it to me now?
Put the bag down. Put the fucking bag down.
Calm down, everything's cool.
Put the fucking kebab down. God damn it. Samurai sauce. Fucking sons of bitches. Go, Clyde.
All right, we have homework. Got past the intro. We've seen the trailer. So if you want to watch the rest of the video, then I'll put the link for that in the show notes. I was telling Eddie, I realized after I picked that it wasn't any shorter. I knew the song was shorter, but I forgot to add this long intro.
Well, sometimes you win, sometimes you lose.
Yeah.
What do you do?
What we used to have a computer enforced time limit that Jitsi just had, like it was like an hour and 58 seconds. And so we were just like, we'll just play we'll talk and play until it's time to go. And if it ends in the middle of a song, then it ends in the middle of the song. And that's just kind of what we did. So now we don't have to deal with that. So I picked at least through the intro so people could feel that anticipation.
That's good.
Leave people wanting more. That's what I always say. So, and with that, where can people find more of you?
You can find all my music on Bandcamp. Recently started uploading on YouTube, full albums. I put most of my projects on the Cloud Warmer YouTube channel, so you can find them there. All of them except for Vietnam 2, which you can find on Block Sonic. I did the soundtrack for 2 movies that came out this year that are both on Amazon Prime, which I guess
Awesome.
we can put the link to in the video.
Yeah,
I can send them to you.
Yeah, send those to me for sure. Well, Eddie, I'm sure there will be no shortage next year of releases, so we'll have to have you back on when we've got another one to talk about.
Yeah, we'll do it.
All right, pleasure as always. Have a good one.
You too.